they had it on a forklift. I said, dude, I don't want the pallets. I don't want the pallets. So let's just slide it in there, because what am I going to do with old pallets? So if the Prius would have never got totaled out, what if the Prius would have been okay originally, we were gonna fly our employee AJ down to Chicago to pick up the van.
AJ Jarushi?
No.
Okay.
AJ, he's out of Pueblo, Colorado. We hired him just last year. And so originally, yeah, funny guy. You would, if you meet him, you would love him.
Funny guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when was the last time I saw you? When was the last time I saw you in person?
Oh shit. Oh.
It's hard to think because sometimes I do Facebook Live with you or whatever, so I see you.
Yeah, but last time in person, dude, fuck me. Probably like what, 24?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah, it's been at least a year. At least. I mean, we've done Facebook Live.
Right. I gotta think.
But after,
was it when you?
Because I remember, so I did the DMP, because I remember at Colorado Media School, I completed the video production class, and that was like closer to the end of 24, and then I did DMP with Holly's
You
class.
mean radio and TV broadcasting?
No, DMP is digital
No,
marketing.
but video production.
No, video production was...
So you took 3 different?
Yeah, I took 3 different classes. After radio, television, broadcasting, I went from... I went and did video production with what's his name again? Shit, what's his
The
name?
guy with the glasses?
Yeah, help me here. The editing guy. God damn it! I can't believe I don't remember.
Oh yeah, you won't. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the names.
Jeremy.
Oh right.
Yeah, so basically I did Jeremy's class, and that was basically the filmmaking class that he did.
Okay, so
after that class, I went from...
that was end of 2024?
That was end of 2024.
Okay.
Then November of 2024, because I completed that class in October of 24. November of 2024, I went directly into DMP Holly's class, and then that, and then I went all the way through there into March of 25.
Yeah, I'm a kind of person that it's important for me to remember dates, and a lot of people can't. I think it sounds like you are too, so that's great. Okay, so Holly's class.
Yeah, that was...
that's the marketing.
Yeah, that's the digital, that's the social media stuff. And I did that, and that was only because I did radio, television, broadcasting, I only had to do 3 months. And that basically was really November.
Oh, that was only 3 months?
Yeah, it was only a 3-month course.
Oh, Teresa Eisenach was trying to convince me to do that. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
But if it was 3 months, I would have done it. If I would have known it was 3 months.
Well, it was just because...
because now you've done a third thing.
Well, it was just because of radio, television, broadcasting. A lot of...
But I did radio, television, broadcasting.
Yeah, well...
So I could have done 3 months.
A lot of radio, television, broadcasting was similar to DMP, except, there was a few differences, but, it was more the marketing side.
Yeah, I remember what's his name. He was in our classes all the time, and then he finally shifted over there at some point. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was crossover. I can't remember his name. Good, funny guy.
Yeah.
So that was 25, right?
Yep. And then after
and
that,
I hadn't seen you then.
And then after that, I just focused on, and then after that, I just I got the lemonade tent all set up, and then
Did I see you after we graduated?
No, I don't think so. Because I know radio, television, broadcasting. I don't think I even was there for the graduation.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if I came into town for some reason or something, and if I saw you just coming into town. I think I did, but I can't remember what for.
No.
I'll have to think. Sorry about that. We didn't
No.
reach any conclusions here. Okay, you said there was another time after graduation we saw.
Remember the Being Blue when Perry brought us out to finish out Being Blue.
Was that the last time?
That was one of the last times, and I think after that one, we all went our separate ways, and and that's.
Okay, so Being Blue, so where I got sick. Yeah, I got sick.
It was in the Prius when we did all the driving. The detective.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that would have been it.
That was end of
I knew there was
24.
another time. Okay.
Yeah, so that was
Oh, right. That was the end of 24. Yeah, I think that was right before I moved up here.
yeah.
Because I moved up here, I moved back here at the end of 24.
Mm-hmm.
Like right before Thanksgiving. Like right before Thanksgiving, like
Yeah.
a couple days.
Well, I think it was it was right before Thanksgiving, because I remember there was
Like a week or two, right?
yeah, there was a time that when Perry had took the Scene Savvy Films from me, him and Willie had a falling out. Willie was pissed off about that, and then Willie sent a message to Perry, and then Perry tried calling me, and then that's when I was at Rhino Staging, and at the time, and that was in November.
Good memory.
November of 2024. I remember 24.
I really appreciate that. It's getting as I'm getting older.
Yeah.
And
November 24th, 2024. I was on a Rhino Staging call. It was late at night. He was messaging me, and he tried. This was Perry, and Perry's like, "You need to tell your friend, da 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 da." And I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna go into that detail, but and so that's where that's when we had the falling out, and actually it was
He said you need to tell me, right? Because
No,
I
it
wasn't
was-
talking with him or something.
no, it was Willie Shannon.
Oh.
Willie had responded back to him and said, "How could you steal Tyler's company? That's so unprofessional of you." He told this to Perry, and then Perry reaches back out to me, and I just, when I saw that on Colorado Secretary of State, at that point I was done.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was, and originally I was supposed to there was a town hall event, and originally I was supposed to give him and John a ride down to the town hall, because I was gonna be there too, and I opted out not to go, and I said, "You guys can find your own way there. You guys want to be big filmmakers, well, spend the big money to be big filmmakers."
Yeah.
And,
To be a big filmmaker, you have to have big money.
So
Just that's the end of it.
and and then after that he just and then after that I think it was that same day in the morning. That's when John Salis terminated Willie's contract with the Great Detectives. And Willie said, "Did I do the right thing?" It's like, Willie, the Great Detectives is not going to be seen. They're still.
It might be
working on
seen
it.
by his dad, John's dad, and maybe another relative, maybe by two people.
Yeah. Well, if it ever.
What was
gets
that
done,
guy's name?
It ever,
Remember that one actor? He was a nice guy.
I don't remember him. I don't remember.
It came across on my Facebook. I mean, he was a nice guy, but so it might be seen by John's dad and that guy, and that's it.
Well, if it ever gets done, I mean, to this day, it's never gotten done.
It just boggles my mind. It's like you know you have so many errors in the script, and it's just like this isn't. You've got nothing here.
So yeah, but that was the other time, and I think after that scene, I think we all went our separate ways for a little bit. We still stayed in contact, but
okay. So here we are in March of 2026. So it's been about a year. So let's call that was the very end of 2024. You can kind of round up and say early 2025.
Yeah.
So about a little more than a year, which that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right, because I do this all the time. I'll go back and I'll think back on things because I just want to have it organized in my brain, like what's happening in my life, what's happened in my life, so it's not a big blur. I mean, everyone's always like, oh, you know, you got to look forward and you always look forward and you live in the present, the past, but at the end of your life, that's all you have is the past, right? I don't dwell on the past, but I like to know, okay, how did I get from here, and history repeats itself, and history definitely informs and leads to the future. Yeah. That's what it does. So I like to know what happened.
I think so. What happened, you know, in February of 25, that's when I decided to. I basically cut ties with a lot of people. I cut ties with Perry. That was the first person, and then I cut ties with Luke and Nala. Those were the other people. I cut ties with Kerry Gomez. There was a lot of people I cut ties with in February of 25 for a fresh start, and that's when I met Eric Overa, my sound guy, who's based out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
And that's when he brought me Giannis, and that's when we kind of, you know, that's when we kind of just formed. That's when I just kind of did something new. I created something. I said, okay, out with the old, in with the new, and I took everybody. I basically cut ties with all of them.
So not a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel is the horses, right? Or no, that's a carousel. So that is a Ferris wheel. Okay, so there's a little carnival over there.
Yeah, it's the flea market.
Oh, okay.
I tried getting in there.
Mile High Flea Market, yeah.
Yeah, I tried getting in there with a couple a stick joint, but they do all their own food, so obviously they don't want anybody competing against them.
And I would like to send you the information that I think the deadline, because I've been thinking about it, the deadline is April something. I'd like to send you the info for Carbondale Mountain Fair and Strawberry Days. I'd like you to consider it. I think you'll make bank. I think you'll make absolute bank, and you can probably jack up your prices because it's kind of an upscale area.
You don't even want to know the concession industry. I just came off from a convention, and we talked about the whole deal is sticker shock. That's the whole theme of every time we go to these conventions, and all concessionaires and commercial vendors come together and say, how can we keep it affordable for families? And because it's sticker shock, you know.
What does sticker shock mean?
Well, it's like it's the price. It's the price to do business, basically. And you know, everybody's like, is it necessary to get $25 for a turkey leg? Well, yeah.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah, nowadays that's how much it is, because we spend, when we do turkey legs, we're spending $100 a case. There's only 16, you know, it costs us like $6 for each turkey leg.
Yeah, just real quickly, I'm going to interject. You know, I just remember, you know, when I would go to Taste of Colorado or something, and you'd see the fair people, and you know, like an older obese woman, not attractive, with an NSYNC tattoo on her neck, or another woman that had I don't want to cuss, but a word that CUN and then let's call it an asterisk. You can understand what the last letter would be.
Yeah.
On her face, the various tattoos and stuff. So these are, let's call them working class people, working poor. $25 a turkey leg for that kind of person.
Yeah.
You're in deep trouble.
Well, it's so basically Colorado State Fair. You know, there's a few Californians there. You know, they're charging 25. We're still right around 22.50. And so
that's a lot. That's wow.
But you know, after we charge sales tax now, we're passing the sales tax on to the customer now. It used to be embedded in our price. Now, because of the rising cost of business, we said, okay, well, if we have to pay for it, guess what? We're just gonna let the consumer. We have to pass it on to them. They're gonna have to, you know, eat the cost, because we can't. If we continue to do, and I talked to my dad a lot about this. Or actually, it was the other way around. My dad talked to me and my sister about this and saying, you know, if we continue to not charge sales tax and embed it in our price, we're not going to be around for very much longer. You know, because we can't afford it. You know, the tax is going up. And it's you know, it's that, and then, you know, obviously the price, the freight charges. You know, every time that we place an order with our supplier, we got freight. We got to pay the freight. You know.
And how far is your home from here?
About 10-15 minutes.
So this Weird City Citizen is Colorado, beautiful Colorado. I know what you're thinking, that John Denver's full of shit. Actually, you know, the lay of the land, you got some rolling hills over here. It's kind of nicer than the part that we just drove through.
Well, I'll take you through the town.
Thank you. Do you ever go to the Flam?
Yep. There's 3 options. Your options are steak.
Is that the only gas station, or
no? There's more.
Could we stop at another gas station?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
The Flame. There, you have 3 options on the Flame. Your options are steak, and steak.
Can I at least get it medium rare? No, is it always going to be well done?
Oh yeah, you can get steak it can be cooked any way you want.
I had a friend from Brush, yep, and his grandmother lived in Fort Morgan. She might be alive still. I haven't talked to this guy in years. It's been like 2010.
Yeah.
I drove him over here to Fort Morgan, dropped him off, and we had a long friendship, and that was the last time I talked to him. He was a decent guy, but he was a lot of drama. He had his problems. We didn't really have like a falling out, like there was no arguments or anything. It just, I kind of needed to be away from him. You have a lot of friends out here?
No.
Any? Do you have any friends out here?
The thing you should know about Fort Morgan is it's a lot of people will do stuff to get something back. So if they need to screw you, they'll screw you.
Okay, look at these houses. These aren't so bad. These are nice.
Yep.
This guy's like, I'm just gonna...
About 500,000.
Really?
Yep.
So there has been a little bit of development over here. I don't know if this was here when I was here, out here. This development here. Wow, the idea of a house in Fort Morgan going for 500,000. That's pretty crazy.
And it'll probably go up even more because they're still in talks, but it's looking like it's going to get approved. Fort Morgan's going to get a casino out here, and that's gonna triple the housing market. Each house will probably end up going for $1.3 million, but that'll probably take 2 years. And my dad's like, I don't want to stick around for another 2 years. Yeah, my dad's not a big fan of Fort Morgan.
Why was it just easy access to the different territories?
No, he didn't. This was not really his choice to come out here. I mean, he really wanted to go to.
He wanted Rio de Janeiro.
Well, so basically, he really wanted to do something like. He really wanted to have 2 separate houses on the property, and that's why he went with Fort Morgan.
Okay.
But that was not his first choice.
Because for your sister, her husband.
Yeah, because of.
And now that's all over, and
yeah.
now you're just stuck with the husband.
Yeah. So. So it's one of those that's. Storage.
That's probably a good reason. Also, as to why you guys are selling out and leaving.
Yeah.
Where's your sister? Where did she move?
Oklahoma. A town called Mounds, Oklahoma.
So just picks up roots and moves. Why did she move there?
Well, she has more opportunity out there. The same reason why I'm moving to Florida is I have more opportunity. Yeah,
your sister's gone. The husband's there. I never wanted this to begin with. There's a little bit of a drag here. I mean, this is okay. There's, you got a dealership here. What's the population? Santiago's?
Yep.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Santiago's is a chain Mexican restaurant. They're big in Denver.
You have your options of if you want food here.
There's a Safeway.
There's only a couple options.
This is kind of already exceeding my expectations. A Starbucks? Are you kidding me?
You have your options on food. You can either have Mexican food, burgers, or steak. Or
tough for a vegetarian, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man. But you got a Safeway.
In Santiago's, you could probably get a burrito, which is bean and cheese in it.
Yeah, I can make it work.
Because they don't with the beans, Santiago's, they don't have meat in their beans. It's just refried beans.
Yeah, there's a noodles and company. There was a noodles and company on Leedsdale, and they're putting in a Santiago's. I don't know. There's one further east on Leedsdale. I don't know if that one's going to close.
There's another gas station there.
Okay, the 7-Eleven. Wherever you want to stop. A Sonic. So it's
Burgers.
actually I didn't think there was going to be this much here. There's a lot more than I thought, actually. A Walgreens.
There's a 7-Eleven.
Edward Jones for your investments. Like, you go to Kansas, right? Probably like, what? Western Kansas, Colby, Goodlands, those towns?
Yeah.
They probably don't have what this town has, right?
Oh,
Or is it-
Goodland has built out. They have a good sized town. You know,
More, they have more than here, or
well,
less?
it's about the same.
Okay, I mean, when you live in a place like this, when you live in a rural area, or like in Denver, you hate seeing all the chains. What's that?
Dealership.
Another dealership. Like in Denver, you hate seeing all the chains. You want to see more mom and pop stuff. But out here, you like when I lived in you want to see it because you want more conveniences, more options. Because the thing about living in rural areas is you don't have options. You're very limited.
Yeah.
So you like Walgreens. You like seeing stuff like that. Papa Murphy's. I've never actually gotten a pizza from there. Daylight Donuts. We had one of those in Carbondale at one time. Okay. I didn't know that was a chain. I mean, that was like a long time ago, early 80s. Okay. And that's pretty much the extent of it?
Yep.
There's a Dollar General in the distance there.
Yep.
So 2 7-Elevens? It's impressive.
Just one 7-Eleven.
I saw one back there.
Stinkers.
I saw 7-Eleven, I swear to God. Maybe I'm wrong. You're the expert. And I should have taken a before video from when I got here, because there's certainly been a lot of progress. Can you explain to the audience what it looked like when you started yesterday?
Horrible.
So just removing a lot of trash, debris from this barn, as it were, and you can see the pigeons perched up there, and then I've been here 2.5 hours maybe.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at the before. I mean, he couldn't even get in. Look at that. Okay, and as I step back, take a look at it now. He was just absolutely thrilled. He said, "Now we can operate." And I can do this for you as well. Get my information in the comment, and we'll go ahead and remove some trash for you. You'll have to pick me up, take me to your place.
That I could show you guys. It's really I it was always my biggest critic. I was also an actor in that. But it was in a sense where, there was a lot of things that I thought that I did that I could have done a little bit better. But so that's so that I'll send you guys a link on that. But again, it's what I'm aiming to do, since you guys are, or since I have majority people that I'm hiring right now are coming out of Albuquerque, coming out of New Mexico, and I'm like, why am I gonna fly everybody out to Florida when the majority of them are in New Mexico? We can still do something very magical with in the New Mexico area. And I know I talked to, our sound guy is gonna be Eric Olvera, and he even told me that he has so many.
So Tyler, they live on a compound, right, near Fort Morgan. His dad and he lives in like the guest house. It's a 1-bedroom, so Tyler sleeps in the living room on the couch. And then his sister and her husband lived in the main house with like 5 dogs, a couple of them ferocious, and they were barking. And sometimes they bark to say hello. Like if a dog's barking at you, it's not necessarily negative. Like it doesn't necessarily want to tear you to pieces, but it could, so it's hard to know. So these dogs were barking, and a bunch of signs up, be aware of dog. And so then this guy came around, and I wanted to really get a video of him, but he came around on this like a golf cart type thing, and he had like a metal leg. He had one of those metal legs, and this guy would have been perfect. Tyler's told me about Gary before, the alcoholism, etc. And now he and Tyler's sister are divorced. Gary still lives there. His sister's gone. Gary still lives there. They're selling the house. Tyler and his dad are selling the house. They're moving out to Tampa. They're selling out. So, but Gary was like, Tyler had this big dumpster that we were throwing debris into. So they're gonna come pick it up and get rid of it, and then we'll refill it again whenever I go back there. But Gary was like, "You can't have it filled up that high. You can't have it filled up that high." And they won't take it. Well, you have to even it out, because one side it was higher, and then I was able to equally distribute it more. So with my hands, I didn't have to get up in there. That could have been dangerous. You don't want to get up in a dumpster. You know, if there's sharp objects or whatever. I don't know what Tyler had put in there prior, but I kind of nodded at Gary. I kind of said hello. He was just kind of staring at me like this. That guy, Tyler's in the movie business. That guy is perfect. That should be your leading man in a movie. Is this guy with a metal leg? I mean, Gary may never do it, but like if I lived there, I'd be getting Gary on video all the time. He'd probably try to fight me, but I mean, when I nodded at him, he was just like, gave me a stern look. He didn't even respond, and then he drove off in his little golf cart thing. So I'm sorry I wasn't able to get him on. When I thought of it, I gotta get him. He was already in the midst of taking off and driving back to the main house. You see just the tail end of it, and then he was gone. But those are the kind of people I live for.
I went with my dad when we were in Tampa just recently. He found a good mobile home park, in a 55 and older community. He still has lot rent, but it's only $840 a month. So, he's what they do, they have dinners. They have dinners for the elderly folks. They do stuff with them. It's very community driven, and that's what he wants now. He wants that now, and I'm happy for him, and I just, I don't even want to live out in the country anymore either.
Well, there's a calmness to it. Like, it's calm, right?
Yeah.
Like in my I guess I call it a community. In my complex, I hear people yelling, cussing each other out, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That won't be your dad's community, obviously.
No.
It'll be different. But where you are now, the kind of work what we are doing today, that's probably the kind of work that gets done quite often.
Yeah.
And you get older, you don't want to do that kind of work. Am I kind of right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time no talk. How's life treating you? This was like 5 years ago. And I was like, running businesses now. That's what I'm doing. And he's like, yeah, I know. Brian Bowers told me, and because Brian Bowers, he follows me. It was a part of my high school, so anything that he sees. He knows everybody from the high school that graduated.
Yeah, a lot of people gossip.
He was one of those people that he knew everybody, and so he knew that I was like doing business stuff. He knew that my personality wasn't made to be a person to go to a job and work for a boss. My personality was made to build businesses.
But the thing is, you have the talent and the skills to do that. I don't think anybody wants a boss, but you actually have the ability to see it through, and that's what's impressive.
Yeah.
Right?